So, we're going to talk about the family and marriage and sexuality, or marriage. You've seen The Princess Bride. If you haven't, go watch the movie and you'll get it. So let's start with the Baptist faith and message here. See what it has to say about the family.
We're starting this over.
No, you gotta leave that going.
It is still going.
Okay, leave it going. Don't be stopping that.
It's still going.
If the world cannot handle my oddities, they don't deserve me.
Dang, I'm here with that.
Father's Day. So humble.
Father's Day is in June. Father's Day is in June. You have to wait.
Yes.
In fact, I am so humble that I sometimes pronounce the H. But anyways.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, God has ordained the family as the foundational institution of human society. It is composed of persons related to one another by marriage, blood, or adoption. Marriage is the uniting of one man and one woman in covenant commitment for a lifetime. It is God's unique gift to reveal the union between Christ and His church and to provide for the man and the woman in marriage the framework for intimate companionship, the channel of sexual expression. I said that word in church.
How dare you?
According to biblical standards, and the means for procreation of the human race. The husband and wife are of equal worth before God, since both are created in God's image. That's important. The marriage relationship models the way God relates to His people. A husband is to love his wife as Christ loved the church. I don't like the fact that it's in past tense. A husband is to love his wife as Christ loves the church. Preach it, brother. He is the God-given responsibility to provide for, to protect, and to lead his family. A wife is to submit herself graciously to the servant leadership of her husband, even as the church willingly submits to the headship of Christ. She, being in the image of God, as is her husband, and thus equal to him, has the God-given responsibility to respect her husband and to serve as his helper in managing the household and nurturing the next generation. Children, from the moment of conception, are a blessing and heritage from the Lord.
Repeat that, please.
Children, from the moment of conception, are a blessing and heritage from the Lord. Parents are to demonstrate to their children God's pattern for marriage. Parents are to teach their children spiritual and moral values and to lead them through consistent lifestyle example and loving discipline. To make choices based on biblical truth. Kids are to honor and obey their parents. Okay.
Parents are also to bully their children occasionally.
That's part of that loving discipline.
Loving discipline.
I'm going to bully my child in a Christ-appropriate manner. I am going to look at him and be like, "Get behind me, Satan." No.
Go to your room.
So let's. First of all, does anybody have any questions on what it's saying? What it's saying? What this is?
I do agree with you that the past tense of loved is like kind of weird that they put it that way.
It's a little bit of semantic because like I get what they're saying, because they're saying he did die on the cross, i.e. in past tense, he did it. That was the model of it, but he's still, it's a continuation. But anyways, that's semantics, whatever. Where was it?
You're asking questions. See if we have any questions.
So we've talked about the one man, one woman in covenant.
Mm-hmm.
How marriage is a covenant relationship. In this class before. So so one of the big questions here, can you be my time person and let me know when we hit like 9:45?
Time.
You got 10 minutes.
Okay.
Let's go.
Moving on.
Alright,
I have to channel my
You
inner
can't-
Buster Rhymes and just like get through this.
You can't speed run marriage.
I mean, you can.
It's not wise.
Somebody's just gonna have to die in a couple of days. It's like, let's get married. I'm pregnant. I completed. You get up to heaven. I speed ran it.
It's like,
Do I
you
get
don't-
anything? No.
That's when you just.
Till death do us part.
Okay, so we'll kind of skip over that. So let's talk briefly about the husband-wife dynamic, because there's a lot of people who get real confused about what they're actually saying. This is meant to be what they call a complementarian, not no, that's not. I don't think that's the word. It's complementary, not in roles, not. There's another word for it, but I can't remember. Anyways, meaning that even though there is equal in personhood, i.e., both husband and wife are image bearers, it's that responsibility thing, right? So in our instance, Emily is responsible for what Emily does. Emily is responsible for decisions regarding how we raise baby Riley. I am responsible for the decisions, not only my own decisions, but decisions that we make as a married couple and as parents. So while each individual person has their, like, they are, to put it in big fancy words, they are culpable to their own actions, i.e. they're responsible for what they decide to do. It kind of goes back to this, what the family unit as a whole, that falls on the husband's shoulders. But also, as it specifically states, the responsibility for the husband is to provide for. That does not necessarily mean that he is the only one working, or that if you have a wife who works and a husband who stays home, that's not him providing. There are situations that can work for. To protect and lead his family, leading his family, especially in a spiritual sense, and of course the marriage union within and of itself is meant to reflect, as it says, God and Christ and their relationship to, like in the Old Testament, it's God and Israel, which that would be a terrible marriage. If you want to know what marrying an unruly wife is like, read the Old Testament.
I was about to say, Israel cheated like.
Exactly. Well, why do you think he equated them with whores?
Yeah.
All the time.
They're like, that's
Whoremonger.
rude. It's true.
Exactly. I mean, there's a couple of passages where it's literally just like, Israel, you went and laid under a tree and spread your legs. No. So it's just kind of like, oh.
Spread their legs to a piece of metal.
But
sounds bad.
Cut that out. No,
anyway,
sorry.
but then you have the New Testament. We're just gonna move on. Then you have the New Testament where it's Christ and the church, and that's the portrayal of the marriage covenant. It's fine. Anyway, so that's pretty much marriage. Does anybody have any questions, comments?
I feel like in regards to what you're saying about providing also, it does need to be clarified that also doesn't 100% equate out to financially providing. Because like your job is also to provide safety, provide, stability.
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily mean financially providing.
Yeah, that also means if I as husband am getting drunk and fighting and fussing and cussing at my wife, that's also, even though she has food, she has a nice house, she has all the whatever she wants, that does it like I'm.
You're not providing.
Yeah. Well, I don't believe Maslow was a Christian necessarily. I don't know about that, whether he was or wasn't. But Maslow's hierarchy of needs applies there. Like, we got to hit all of them. But any other comments about marriage? Not from Aaron.
No, I'm
Intrusive thoughts one today.
I'm pretty sure he
Alright.
doesn't edit this, by the way.
Please do.
You have 3 minutes.
No.
Please do.
You have 3 minutes.
Okay. That's fine. All right, so let's talk about sexuality. Let's make it even more awkward.
I'll leave.
Okay, so marriage is defined as what biblically?
Marriage,
Joining
The
of 2 to 1.
the union of
2 to
man
1.
and woman as one.
Okay, so we have 2 to 1, so it could
2 to
be
1.
2 donkeys and food. Or it could be man and woman, so it can be
That was worse than what I
5
said.
That's
guys.
what I'm saying.
I don't feel bad.
I mean,
I don't feel
at
bad.
least you
now.
excluded the donkey.
At least we know where his brain
Okay.
goes.
No, I'm analyzing what you said. So, it is between what?
One man and one woman becoming one. There's a lot of ones in that.
1 + 1 = 1. And 1A.
In the sake of marriage,
So
One A and 1B = 1.
except
Don't bring that
Don't
devil's
bring-
math into this.
don't put letters in math. It doesn't
No.
make any sense.
Anyhow,
It makes less sense when you
Find
read
X.
philosophy like Alan Plantinga, who then takes letters, numbers, and complicated logic, and it's what there. Anyways, I know. I was just making sure we got to this point. All right, so it's one man, one woman. For how long?
ever. Forever.
No.
Till death do they part.
Yes.
Which is forever.
No.
No.
You live forever.
You're not allowed to die before me, sir, so.
So whether I just can't die.
No, just at the same time.
No, we
it's
should
like,
die at the same time.
Just a
What's
good-
gonna end up happening is we're both gonna go senile, and she's gonna like think I'm dead, and there's gonna be a whole Romeo and Juliet situation.
I'm gonna be like that bear from Brother Bear's like, I swear I can still hear his voice. He's like, stop telling people I'm dead.
Stop telling people I'm dead.
Anyway.
I'm dead.
So, it's one man, one wife, for life.
1 + 1 = 4.
Yes.
Quit trying to do
Um,
math. Just because you work in a bank doesn't mean you're good at it.
I don't do math.
Anyhow.
But the question is, and this is kind of where I want to center on it, and this is a little bit skewed from here, but this falls into that moral values thing, but also understanding the sexuality aspect of marriage. So let's talk about, and I'm not going to use the terms heterosexual and homosexual because I think they're kind of unhelpful in general. So within a biblical model of marriage, you have one man, one woman. So if you have more than one woman, that is
Polygamy and sinful.
Utah.
that is not the biblical definition of marriage. Obviously, same goes in reverse.
Yeah,
So
that's just weird.
even within this, what did Jesus say about sexual sins?
Which time?
I was
Fair
gonna
point.
say that's a very broad
But
question.
you have heard it said that if you lust after a woman,
It's considered.
you commit adultery.
Yeah.
What did he say after that? If you
Yep.
look at a woman lustfully, or a woman look at a man lustfully, it's also adultery. So, that brings it around to the obvious one is pornography. Pornography, adultery, same thing, no difference. If you bring it into the marriage, you're cheating on your wife. If you're doing it before marriage, you're cheating on your future wife. That's just what it is. Every male deals with it on some level. So, guys, if you're dealing with it, I'm more than willing to talk to you about it because I dealt with it. I dealt with it bad, whatever, it happens. Christ, redemption is there for everybody. We can move on. But also, if you're walking through the park and you just see a girl and like, if you notice someone, that's not necessarily a sin. It's that second look where it's just like, oh, they're cute. Oh, yeah. That's when it becomes a problem. Unless it's your wife, then you can do that all the time, and you should. That's a whole different thing.
But here's the thing.
No,
if
she
you're
likes it. I'm
Here's
just
the thing. If
gonna
you're
say
walking
stuff.
in the park and your wife is not with you and you see her across the park, there's probably something going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
that's-
Unless your kid's over there with you. That's different.
Yeah.
Screwed.
Then you're, well, screwed. Woo.
So, what I want to finish up with is a brief discussion about one of the 6 points of worldview.
It's 9:47. Just saying.
I know.
Okay. You just told me to.
When they made that into a shirt where I did and TITY was below it, I'm like, that was dumb. That was so funny. They were like, I didn't.
So, identity. When we are talking about same-sex, LGBTQ philosophy and things like that. LGBTQ ellipsis, because they keep adding. This is the central thing. So when we're engaging people who hold to this identity, whether they claim to be Christian or not, the central issue is identity. Because, and there's a really, really, really good book that if you ever want to kind of delve into it, it's called Holy Sexuality in the Gospel. I would recommend everybody read it. He does a very good job kind of revealing what the thought process are behind things, but also, did it quit? The thought process behind some of the agenda that's there, the more political agenda that's behind a lot of the movement. I say political loosely because it's not like Democrat, Republican kind of political, but they have an agenda and they're pushing for things. But also it defines holy sexuality as a really good ideal and what we need to be teaching. So I'm actually going to use his definition. So holy sexuality is defined as chasteness in singleness and faithfulness in marriage. So, kind of goes back to the wandering eyes and porn problem and premarital sex and all of that kind of stuff. That is not being chaste in singleness. I completely agree with him because he does point out that the church does not do a good job of recognizing singleness as something legit. Because 9 times out of 10, what do you hear when you're single? Oh, the Lord's got somebody for you. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? I know a guy who is a pastor down in South Mississippi. I grew up with him. The Lord called him to singleness. Not that he hadn't dated, but he is so focused on ministry that he kind of forgets
that women exist.
more or less. I mean, and that came from him, and it was just like, okay, cool. Like, if that's what you're called to, then God will give you that. But everybody is called to a time of singleness at some point in their life, because nobody comes out of the womb already married.
Paul.
What?
What about Paul?
He was single.
He was married.
Not necessarily.
What?
He was a Pharisee of Pharisees.
He was married, dude.
He was probably married. Now,
Probably had kids, too.
there's speculation because he never actually talks about his wife. Well, there is some speculation of whether he was married or not.
Right.
I think he was. I think there's a pretty good chance that she left him.
Yeah, Pharisee, Hebrews. The Hebrews is not going to be single.
That's speculation because Paul doesn't say anything about it. But
Paul's too busy.
but faithfulness in marriage, again. It's like I told Emily the other night. My type of girl is her. So if anybody ever asks, well, what's your type? That's my type.
Yep, my wife.
My wife.
Not what she looks like, her. She is the type.
Whole package.
Everybody else,
Don't forget that L.
as pretty as they may be, they may as well be ugly hags because they're not my wife.
Whole package.
But-
You were like whole package. I was like, don't forget the L, please.
She my package.
Amazon delivery.
If you ever want an example of how to make sure your significant other never questions,
We're all guys in here. You can say wife.
yeah, like never questions your love for them or whatever, because most girls him, because it doesn't matter what is going on, he will always hype me up every single time, and I'm like, okay, never mind, like I'm just being dumb for feeling this way.
And then I wear her out by saying things like, easy there, wife.
Yes, you do. But I know I'm loved, so it's
And you're
okay.
just like, oh God.
But,
I did, and I choose it again every day.
so let's go back to this concept of identity. So the LGBTQ, etc. It pushes this idea that your identity of who you are is found within your sexual orientation. That is problematic because that's not who you are. But that's how you end up having people who are fall into the transgender issues and the feelings of transgenderism, where I have now believed that the sexed body does not, and I'm speaking a little bit into this book, but I'll kind of wrap it up. But the sex body does not determine the gender itself. So that's what the trans theory believes. So the sex at which you were born, male, female, male, the chromosomes, is separate from my mentality of I am female, I am male, or I am other. That's what they believe. The problem with that is that I can tell you right now, well, one, the Bible supports that 100%. Whatever you were born as,
That's what
like
you
your
mean.
sex is your gender.
Yeah.
That is what the Bible supports.
I mean, they
Also, that little boy in my wife's womb right now
He's a boy.
is 100% boy.
Mhm.
He already sitting with his legs crossed like a little Baptist boy.
Hey,
He ain't even
that's
here
you.
yet.
That's you. No, Brenton was supposed to be a girl,
He was.
and we had the room painted and everything.
Yep.
But with identity, the important thing to remember here is that I am not what I do. I am scratch that twist. Let's go again.
I think you got time to start over.
Yep. My identity is not found in anything other than Christ. And the identity for all of the world is either, at the end of the day, the most important thing is either you are found in Christ or you are not. And that's the importance of why we need to actually go out and evangelism and all that, do the evangelism and all that kind of stuff. But we could probably talk a multitude of Sundays on sexuality and sexual issues and how the church should handle it, how it does handle it, how we could do better, all of those things. But we will save that for another time. So you can
Save it for a rainy day.